Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Hudson Construction office. Please come right on in and make yourself comfortable. Would you like some tea? Are you certain? It would be no trouble at all. I'm sure you would find it quite delicious. It's a beautiful aromatic dandelion tea with a good splash of coarser bee honey. Absolutely divine. All right, my dear. Well, if you change your mind, don't hesitate to ask for it. I could drink it by the kettle all day, so you certainly wouldn't be bothering me to whip up a pot. All right? All right. Don't be nervous. This is a big day for you, but it's going to be a good one. We're going to take care of you, don't you worry. So, you arrived in town yesterday, correct? And you already spoke with Ronson about your intention to invest in one of our dream homes for yourself, yes? Yes, excellent. It's my job to go over all the details about that with you today. But it is important to note that you don't have to make any decisions today, okay? There's no pressure on anything we go over or discuss here. This is all about you and your vision for your future, and we're going to bring it to life. Your way and in your time. If at any point in our consultation you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. If you are feeling overwhelmed, we can take a break. Anything at all that you need, you just say the word and give me a sign, okay? We love our work here. With Hudson Construction, you're not simply a client. You're our neighbor. And neighbors look out for each other, yeah? So trust that I'm going to look out for you, okay? So, take a deep breath. We have as much time as you need. Have you been enjoying your time in Tarry Town so far? Splendid. I'm happy to hear that. There's truly no other place like it. Tarry Town has become home to so many different folks from all over, and we'd have it no other way. You know, when this town was in its infancy, just a concept, really, we had some amazing support from the legendary swordsman himself. It's true. He helped build this town. Without him, this town wouldn't have prospered to what it is today. We're very grateful to Link. The town has really blossomed since those days, and so has the company. Princess Zelda herself was even so pleased with the work we are doing that she worked very closely with Hudson on the future plans for Tarry Town's development. And also she has charged Hudson Construction with organizing, rebuilding efforts all over the kingdom. It's a big responsibility, but one we are honored to rise to the occasion to meet. We will give our all to restoring Hyrule to its former glory. Myself included, of course. My contribution is to ensure that I help all neighbors who come in get that much closer to their dreams. Speaking of, I want to hear all about them so I can help you get there. Are there any specific ideas you have that you want to see brought to life? Okay, well, that's all right. How about I just start walking you through everything? And you feel free to jump in at any point in time when the inspiration sparks. Okay? Wonderful. Alright, so the first step we need to take towards building your dream home is, of course, deciding on where to put it. We have quite a few plots to choose from, all with wonderful qualities that would make each of them a very happy spot for a dream home. Akala is a fortunate region in that everywhere you look, you're met with an incredible view. And Tarry Town is a wonderful spot that is central to many types of locations. We have, first off, of course, Tarry Town proper. This is the central town area. If you're looking for a home where you have close neighbors, you're in the center of everything, and all the shops and such is conveniently located around you, then the town proper is the place to be. Town proper does have some building restrictions in that it doesn't accommodate larger or more sprawling structures. But we've accounted for this and have some absolutely charming townhome designs that maximize the space you do have, so you don't have to worry about feeling too claustrophobic. We also have some really nice waterfront lots along Lake Akala. You could get some beautiful views of the water, and we could even construct a dock for you to fish or launch a raft from. The possibilities are endless. Just imagine the sunlight just glistening off the water, shimmering in the warm afternoon, while you enjoy having a cup of tea, or reading or painting, or anything that you love to do with that gorgeous view in front of you. Next, we have some plots in the more mountainous regions around Lake Akala. These home sites give absolutely breathtaking views. From up there you can see so much of the beautiful landscapes and a lookout far over the lands. These spots are pretty spacious, so you have room to really get creative and build your home out to its maximum. We have plenty of floor plans and room designs that will really allow you to spread your wings, so to speak. The only thing to consider with these sites is that you will be a bit of a distance from the town proper. The roads are, of course, well maintained, but it can still be a bit of a daunting trek for some people. And you'll be a bit more isolated in these areas than you would be elsewhere. Not necessarily a bad thing, just something to consider. Following that, we have sites along the Akala Beach and the Bay area. These sites will give you an oceanfront property. Hudson Construction has been developing the area into quite the hub. Hudson and the Princess devised plans for shipping ports that will expand trade all down the eastern coast. A port here in Mullen Bay and a sister port in Lorland Village, with additional ports to be added to the route along the coast in the future. But with these two ports, we'll usher in quite a vibrant era for Hyrule. We do separate the ocean properties into two categories, however. We have sites which will be closer to the actual port town that will be constructed, or sites that stretch a bit further up the beach, so you're a little further away from the hustle and bustle. Of course, in these locations you will have to contend with the construction that'll be taking place over the next few years. But once that is finished, It's hard to beat a lovely home on the sea. If you're interested in one of these locations, we have a field agent who can take you to them, so you can get a good idea of where you will be and what to expect. And you can select from any of the available plots that they'll show you. We have agents for each region actually, so you can take a trip to any of these locations before you make any final decisions. But there is one more region to include that I'd like to tell you about, and that is the Northern Plains region. Now, this region does come with some stipulation to be aware of, but much of the northern region will be designated for farms. Because of the projected development of this region, it is necessary to keep in mind plans for ways to build a sustainable future for our neighbors. These plots will not be available for everyone, of course, but if you're looking to work the land or have some experience doing so, then this is something to consider. We have quite a few new neighbors who have come from Hateno village and have brought their expertise with them. In fact, quite a few experienced farmers from Hateno were consulted when planning out this area. If you're interested in becoming a steward of the land or building legacy, I urge you to consider it. If you are interested, we would have another consultation to go over in detail the prospects and the plans for the plains, and make sure we found you a role there that you would thrive in. Alright, those are the 5 main regions Hudson Construction would be more than happy to build your dream in. I would like to make note that when Hudson and the Princess made plans for the region's development, they were extremely thorough, and they took much consideration about growth and expansion and how to balance it. While we are excited to offer as many dream homes as possible, we have no intention of overcrowding the land or operating in any way that would deplete or harm its resources. We are building sustainable communities with the future of Hyrule and the future of our own descendants in mind. Like I said, we look after our neighbors, and that includes those with us now and those who will be hereafter. So while there may be a lot of development going on, trust that it is all built to create something beautiful and everlasting. To adhere to this, there are limitations in each region on how many homes we are able to build and where. Like I mentioned, a field agent will be able to escort you to each, and you can see for yourself the locations of every home site to find one that matches you. There are sub-regions in each region, but you will be able to get into that more with your field agent as you go through the areas. Each home site that Hudson Construction will build has already been designated, and there are no current plans to expand beyond that, keeping in line with our mission to build in harmony with our nature. So there are a finite number of home locations. However, the number available is quite high and isn't expected to be entirely filled for many years. But since you'll be getting in early, you'll have quite more available to you to choose from. Once you decide on a home site, you can place a deposit on it. This will hold the home site for you, and we can begin the process of creating a blueprint, choosing your layout. Once the blueprint is created, you will be asked to commit to your dream home and sign the deed and the contract. If at any point before then you decide to back out of construction, your deposit will be refunded to you. If you decide to back out of construction after rooms have been bought or built, the deposit will be non-refundable and the property will be forfeit and revert back into our possession. Any purchases you make on the building expenses after the contract has been signed are non-refundable. Do you have any questions for me? That's all right. I know it's a lot to take in and consider. Why don't we take a little break here? Like I said, we don't have to rush through the process. This is a pretty major decision for you, so it's okay to take your time with it. Okay? All right. I'm going to give you a folder here. It's going to have more information about each of the regions and building sites. Things to consider for each of them, as well as general information about the area, future development plans for the area, and so forth. As well as information about payment structures, the contracts, all the important official business it's good to take note of. So why don't you take it with you and take today and this evening to look it over and come back and see me tomorrow morning. Would that be all right with you? Okay. I will be here until this evening, so if you want to come back and discuss anything more in depth, or if you have questions, feel free to just stop on by. Alright. Additionally, I am going to give you this. You're staying at the inn, correct? Wonderful. Captain and the company have a bit of a deal worked out between them, where if you're in town for the sake of contracting a new home, you'll have a discounted rate on your stay there. Captain likely already mentioned this to you, yes? Wonderful. He is truly a kind man. And if you have any questions about the town itself, I'm sure he'd be more than happy to answer them to any length you'd like. He's a founding member of this town, in fact. So, this voucher I will give you. I'm putting the Hudson Construction stamp on here. And signing it along with today's date. Just show that to Capson and let him know that we have another meeting in the morning. And he'll take note of it on his end, so you'll get a nice discount on the remainder of your stay with us. Alright? Alright, excellent. If you don't have anything else to ask me at this very moment, then go ahead and take those with you. Maybe go get some lunch and look it over. Like I said, I'll be here all day, so just drop by at any time. I'm so happy we met today. I'm very glad that you're here. I know that together we will definitely build your dreams into reality. I'm very excited to be your neighbor. And remember, here at Hudson Construction, it's sun and done.